Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Standard Grind. And today we're going to be doing some arena grinding with our Goblins list. We've been seeing a lot of really good results being posted with Goblins, and that's very encouraging. But before we get started, if you enjoy Goblins content, if you enjoy listening to me ramble, hit like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more to support the channel, $1 a month gets your name read out on every stream. From the top, we have Alpha Ronan, Tim's Top Decks, Elias Sutter, the Darth Newt, ADDY 100K, Jared Munsterman, Annan, Riberio, Cypher777, The High Wumpus, AJR, B Rhyme, Gorvisker, Sliver of Nope, Scott McIntosh, Javier Hugo, Valeroth, Yorminger, Terrieth, Nito Brito, and Trucker Philosophy, and you. Thank you so much for watching. All right. Well, on the arena ladder, I did see that on tapped.gg, it does show Goblins as, I don't want to say the de facto deck, but one of the best decks post-banning. And I think that's for a number of reasons. First off, we just have a lot of really good cards that on curve are very synergistic, similar to the mice deck. We were able to race mice effectively pre-bans. Post-bans were one of the fastest decks in the format, and it's just cool to see the deck putting up numbers. Me personally, I like this build, but my buddy Landon qualified for the RC with this deck. And what I want to do is I want to take this deck and duplicate it and make a couple, clone this deck. Legend Landon's 3 RC list. Legend Landon's list jackified. All right, let's jackify it. What I first want to do is I want to take out the frontline brushes. Sounds crazy, I know. I want to add a 4th Sear Slicer. And I also want to be playing some number of Suplex. The other card that I think is really good right now is Painter Studio. He played it in the sideboard in order to be more aggressive, but I think that you can play a couple copies in the main, and I kind of like this over Sheltered by Ghosts in the main. I think that Sheltered by Ghost is really good, but there's some matchups where you just need to be aggressive, and having Painter Studio just will allow you to always be attacking for more points of damage. Destroy Evil was in the sideboard, which I think is a really big. Does Battle Menu do the same thing? Battle Menu protects. Battle Menu makes a dude, protects something, gains you life, and destroys a creature. Whereas, what does Destroy Evil do? It destroys an enchantment, which can blow up temporary lockdown. That is very important. Making a 2/2 is less important. So Battle Menu is probably still worse than Destroy Evil. Rest in Peace is insanely good. Chandra's Spark Hunter is really good against Domain, but Domain is kind of dead now. I want to put the Sheltered by Ghosts back in. A Squee in the sideboard along with the Painter Studio is really cool. I like the idea of playing the Squee in the main. You can just play one. One in the main. The other thing that I like to do is play 2. The other thing that I like to do is put, we have Rest in Peace, Sunspine Links, Screaming Nemesis. Ooh, Screaming Nemesis should also be in the main. That's one of those cards. I think it's actually better than Squee, even though Squee's a goblin, gives us all these synergies. Having access to 4 Screaming Nemesis is just so good. So let's go. Nemesis. We have 2 in the side, 2 in the main. 4 torch. We don't really have a lot of removal per se. but I think that's fine. All the white sources. Kind of want to cut a soulstone and a mountain for 2 caverns. Just because I feel like that's pretty much free. Can we play the 3rd rest in peace? Can we play the 3rd sheltered by ghost? Yes. We can cut the squee. Sunspine Lynx is decent. It's just really good against us, really. Not as good against our opponent. It's good against Demir for closing the game. Sheltered by ghost. Rest in peace. Destroy evil. I could take another destroy evil. And another sheltered by ghost. Ooh, Obliterating Bolt was also a card that I really enjoyed. I think Obliterating Bolt would be better than Sheltered by Ghost. We could do 2 and 2 Twisted Fealty. Ooh, I bet I'm not even showing my screen. Perfect. I am. Cool. We're not crazy today. Let's play 2 Twisted Fealty because of how bad our Demons matchup is. 2 Screaming Nemesis. Do we have Screaming Nemesis in the main? We do. So then what could we do? I mean, I like the idea of playing Suplex. This was a card I was playing before. I was currently playing, and I feel like just having removal on 1 and 2 is so important. Cavern's good. Twisted Fealty. Obliterating Bolt. Kind of want a 3rd Obliterating Bolt. We could also play Brothers at End. Kind of like that idea. Let's look at the sideboard and try to figure out what we can do to get some Brotherhood's End. Maybe play 2. I don't really like these Lynxes because of how many non-basics we play. We just end up killing ourselves sometimes. But yeah, the rest of this looks really good. Destroy Evil is really good against the Demons deck. I guess in that case, we don't really need Twisted Fealty. And that will let us play another Obliterating, or another Brothers at End. We can play 1 more card. Swap out. I guess we can go to the full 4 Brothers at End. I just feel like the only time we're bringing it in is against the Artifact deck. The Artifact deck could be really big now, though. So in that case, let's get 2 Frenzies in here. Scorching Shot's also good. No. Which Soccer Frenzy? Twisted Fealty. I guess we put Sheltered back in. 2 Sheltered by Ghosts as a catch-all. And yeah, this is my jackified list from the RC. So the big thing is we went to the 4 Seer Slicers, put 2 Screaming Nemesis in the main, 3 Suplex in the main, and we cut the frontline rushes, and was that it? Probably just cut the frontline rushes. Oh, were we at 22 lands? I mean, we can go to 23. Truma Suplex. Let's try it like that. All right. Let's do the thing. It's time to grind some standard. Best of 3, definitely. Best of 3 ranked. Landon's list. And away we go. Super excited to be playing Standard. Take the play. His hand looks great. Opponent's going to be playing an island to show us that they're playing counter magic. Ooh, I should be doing a mic check. What if my audio's off? Mic check 1, 2. Perfect. If I can hear myself breathing, I can probably hear myself talking. So we're leading it off. Let's go Mountain Headliner. Just deals the most damage right off the bat. If we top deck a 2-mana Lord, we're able to apply so much pressure. Yep. Hell yeah. Duress is decent right now, but it's not the greatest. Goblin. Combat. Just the one. Play Steer Slicer. Pass it over. So it does look like they're playing demons. Goblin. Scamp. Combat attack for 3. We just need a Lord. And this is why Painter Studio is so good. If we were to top deck a Painter Studio, which we don't play in the main, we'd be in a great spot. Duress is absolutely amazing in Standard. It's about disruption and knowledge. I agree. Yeah, Duress is super sweet. The issue is my deck just doesn't care about Duress, which is so nice because 1-mana discard is brutal, but my deck usually just shrugs at it. That's so good. Okay, so a couple options. We could just tap out for Krenko here, but I think the best thing that we can do is just keep applying pressure. And then before blocks, I'd like to shoot this. We still get 3 damage in. Now they can play something, but if they play something, they also have to untap with that creature to give it lifelink. Ooh. Exile the Screaming Nemesis. But that means we get to resolve this Krenko. Put them 10. And we also have a backup Krenko. And this Seer Slicer. I mean, if they tap out for Annex, I think they die. Yeah, we just attack with Krenko. Really, really close game. Okay, so they're playing 8 discard spells and then the Demons package. I think this Shire is really good against them because it can blow up the Annex and kill the demons they play. Shelter by Ghost kind of does a similar thing. Screaming Nemesis is really good in their big blockers. I think Screaming Nemesis is better than Torch for sure. And it's probably better than Suplex. Suplex is upgraded by Sheltered. And I'll trim a War Leader's Call. Yeah, because War Leader's Call doesn't do much. If we draw 2, we're going to feel pretty sad. We'd rather have 1 removal spell in that second War Leader's Call slot. Yeah, I agree, Derek. I think that our opponent's probably cutting all their discard and bringing in just sweepers, like sweepers and good removal. And so that's why I'm comfortable with boarding in non-creatures. Because they're probably cutting their dresses because they felt so bad. This is a decently aggressive hand. It dies to choking miasma. Maybe more hand destruction if it's available. Sure, I could also see them just going up on hand destruction, sideboarding out the duresses for Dreams of Steel and Oil or something. I think we run this. We say you'll have to have a lot of removal spells. We can get around a couple blockers. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? They're going good. We just started playing against mono black demons, and yeah. Ooh, we top decked Kranko. Perfect. Let's play Headliner. We can play Bastronaut turn 2. Bastronaut attacks through their blockers really well because usually they only have 1 or 2. Headliner applies the most pressure in the early game. Bastronaut. Combat. Attack. So they're going to let me still get my Mobilize trigger. Second main. Play another one. Pass it over. If his weakness is you, he's using most of the sideboard. That's true. They could be totally prepared. But that's the issue with this deck is we just run people through so much removal. It's like, okay, well, do you have a removal spell for this? Do you have a removal spell for this? What about this? And then eventually we get them. That's how I like to play Magic. It's like a bolt. I call it a bolt check. It's like, do you have a bolt? Yes. Good job. Do you have a bolt? Yes. Good job. Do you not have a bolt? Well, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so if they have removal spell, they're going to be able to wipe our Bastronauts and kill our Kranko. So do we pump and deal 4 this turn, put them to 13? Or do we just get the Kranko down? I mean, being able to activate Kranko next turn could be huge. So let's not worry too much about the extra 2 points of damage we're going to miss by not pumping the Bastronauts. Yeah, so they have removal spell, plus the Silex blowing up both of the Bastronauts. So now we saw Silex, so in game 3 we don't play into the play things into the board as much. Shieldred's good. Well, if we would have held the Bastronaut, we would be able to play around that. As is, though, we'll take our beats. Learning for the future. Play the Forge, pass it over. If they have a land, they can attack us for 7, drain us for 9. We go to 3, and then we go to 1 off the Annex trigger at the end step. I'm counting the Shieldred's draw as part of the attack. Cool Claw Heist is good. Shelter is not going to save me. Ooh, and the War Leader's Call was stone cold dead. Good game. Well played, opponent. Yeah, the mono black deck is one of our weaknesses. It's true. Good game. Well played. Okay, so Sheltered is a little bit of overboarding on my part. Just play Suplex. Yeah. Let's just play suplex, run it like that. Being able to like block or attack into a shield druid and then exile it is pretty good. Also, they play the Kosari Revenant, so exiling that is huge. One land, hands, or traps. We got a mulligan. Much better hand at bottom of mountain. Turn 1 Bastronaut, turn 2 Lord. Ooh, that's the best card to draw. Play the Horde Master. Combat attack for 2. Cut down. Death trigger. Don't give me a land. Perfect. Because that means my top card is most probably a land. And I want to draw my 4th land for this Krenko. Okay. So if they have a go for the throw, we kind of want to play it slow, but they also have they have Dreams of Steel and Oil. I think we play the free card. Pump this up. Drew out the go for the throat. Pass it over. They play Unholy Annex. Now we play our Howl Squad. And then if they whiff on one more turn, then we get to just play and activate Krenko. Decline. Shoulder's fine. So a Lord would be huge. But we don't really need it right now. Activate. Go to combat, get a guy. Swing like this. Yo, face. I'll end the turn. Kix's command is pretty good. I'll activate the Soulstone in response so that my Krenko will live. I mean, they could attack. I don't think they should, but they could. Jesus. Destroy evil. Destroy evil. That's what I want to draw. They stay at 10. Oh. That has to be the best card to draw. Activate this ability, pass it over. Silex is fine. It's there to blow up my tokens. What? Well, now they can't. It's weird. Now they can't blow up my tokens. Which, if I draw a Lord or a Seer Laser, is a problem for them. So let's just go to combat and attack. Do we want to give them the option to put the counters on their Shieldred to make it fly? But if they do that, then they can't gain life. Now I can play Seer Slicer, full control, go to the end step, stopping their upkeep if it auto passes. Activate Krenko in response. Make a 6/6. Play another Filigree Silex and blow it up for 0. They gain 3. They go to 15. That's fascinating. I just die in the air now. Even holding the Scream Nemesis back wouldn't change the math. 6, 9, 12, 14. I'm one short. If I swing out and they don't block. Maybe I need to play more Destroy Evils. Tap Krenko. Die in the air. Good game. Well played, opponent. Yeah, okay, so if we had Twisted Fealty, we could borrow one of their 6/6s and just smack them within there, but in the end, they had good draws. Really close game. All right, let's run it back. That's the fun thing about Goblins is we always have something to look at and be like, okay, well, deck building wise, what could we have done better? Strategy wise, what could we have done better? And I love those decision trees. That's my favorite part about Magic, is trying to figure out how can I improve for next time. It's funny because that was literally the matchup that I wanted Twisted Fealty for. If Shelter was Twisted Fealty, that one game, I think we win. I think it was game 2. This hand is amazing, though. We just need to draw running lands. Opponent went to 6. Is that okay? Okay. Is that? I don't mind. Is it? It definitely feels bad to throw away a stadium headliner on a Mako, but we're going to do it. Okay, there's the land we needed. Like, if the card in hand is Torch, we go to combat and attack, make a dude. They don't block. Now we throw it at the Mako. We do lose our stuff, but we get to go Howl Squad into Krenko, which if they have like a good amount of discarding, Then we just saved ourselves so much pressure. See? So good. They have a 3/3, that's fine. We don't really mind a 3/3. Let's play War Leader's Call. Right. No, I think we get the Howl Squad down. This gives our other stuff haste next turn. We jump that into the 3/3. It's a free block for them. They can always get scared and make a bad block, which is nothing, but my opponent's smart and they'll make the good block. Agathas. They get to grab my stadium headliner, which does nothing for them right now. Oh, I guess they just put a counter on it. That's fine. They're like, we can race. No, opponent, you cannot. I apologize if I sound cocky, but you cannot race this. Ugh. Here's my War Leader's Call. Ooh. They can sack it to kill my Howl Squad heavy, but I don't think that they will. Yeah, nah, see, they're like, I don't need to kill that. And now they're thinking, wait, do I need to kill that? It's a bunch of Phyrexian werewolves getting its ass kicked by a vampire. A second Voldaren Thrill Seeker? Okay. $12 all. Oh my god. Oh my god. Opponent, I don't mean to be rude, but you cannot race. You cannot race. Put you to 7. Attack. Salute. Opponent's like, I can go fast. And then the goblins go cough, cough. I am speed. Okay, so they're playing Agathas, so we really need to exile everything. Obliterating Bolt's good at that. War Leader's Call was good that time, but it usually doesn't work against a deck like theirs. We can kind of trim a Screaming Nemesis, because I feel like their stuff is really... Like, we don't really want to be aggressive. We kind of want to have, like, what we did there, which it just happened to line up well where we could erase, but usually we're not going to be able to erase. Really what we want is just non-land permanent removal, so Shelter by Ghost is really good. If we had to trim one card in this matchup, it's probably Bastronaut. Just doesn't do enough. It's a 1-drop that if we top deck later, we don't want. So let's run it back. Ooh. We got a Torch and a Cranko. We'll be taking a lot of damage, but I think we'll be fine. If we need to be aggressive, we curve these two into each other. If we need to be controlling, we can play this into double 1-drop on 2, and then play this. They played a Mako, so I'm going to be controlling. We're practicing for Pro Tour Lorwyn. We're just like really ahead of the curve. Stadium Headliner. Stadium Headliner. This plays around a Torch. Pyroclasm. I can see them boarding in Pyroclasm. Just a Thrill Seeker. That's fine. We can just kill that. Sack to kill. Take 3, go to 17, pass it over. Stories is really good. Stories would be amazing if they had that Mako. That's why we had to kill it. Because they could discard 2, put 2 counters in the Mako, then harmonize it immediately. I think right now we want to keep applying pressure, so let's get the lore down. Because if we can have such a immense life difference, we don't have to worry, then that's the plan. Plus, if they use the removal spell on the Lord, that means we have a Krenko. The first Krenko usually dies. The second one is what usually wins the game. MST3K. I'm gonna get that acronym right one day. Swear to God. All right, give us a death trigger. Okay, they gave us 1 death trigger. Now give us another death trigger. Okay. Goblin. Krenko. No attacks. Pass it over. So now, if they want to kill my Lord or my Krenko, they have to sack their Thrill Seeker, and then we still are ahead on the board. How's your night going? I appreciate what you do at the warehouse, you absolute legend. Prof's Idyllic Memory is really good. Unable to Scream is also really good. Does it take away its name and its legendary type? No, it does not. So I can't cast... Oh, but it is still a goblin. That's really cool. So when I chump block here and it dies, I still get a death trigger off my Horde Master. Torch is gone, but that's fine because the Thrill Seeker's a 4/4. Second Lord is like a dream. Okay, so play Second Lord. Now the Krenko will not die to 4 damage removal. Attack. We're still winning the race. This is why the life disparity was so important before. Because we have a little bit of a cushion to give while we still pushing these extra points of damage. It's busy. Got most of the orders done and all the dice is in the system. Waiting for you. Way too high. That's so fair. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be crazy. Stuff's going to be all over the place. Okay, so the Scorching Dragonfire. I think that's what it's called. Glacial Dragon Hunt, sorry. They Glacial Dragon Hunt, kill one of our lords. We get 2 death triggers. Then they kill our Krenko, giving us another death trigger. So Suplex exiled, double Bastronaut exiled, and they play a Mako. Put a counter on it with the profs. We get a Sear Slicer. Let's play this, start our engines. Play this. I don't even think that we want to attack. They probably Winter Night Stories, if I'm being honest. They probably don't even need the Glacial Dragon Hunt. If they discard a non-land. Okay, so there's a chance that they don't have a non-land to discard. So let's just do this. We're not going to make bad attacks. Pass it over. Ooh. If they want to kill our stuff, they have to tap 4 mana to kill it, or to kill the Horde Master, or they can tap the Mako to kill it. Unable to Scream is fine. I guess that's a reason to run the death trigger into the Mako, but there's no way to know until you're in that spot. Backup 2 is good. So you have a 3/3 and a 2/2. You go to combat. You get to put another counter on something. Interesting. That's so good. More than 1 card. Okay. So I can torch with a bargain if I have a token. This is 1 power, 2 power, 3 power, 4. If I just torch the Mako, then I go to combat and I attack with both of these, and I pump one of them, and then I pump the other one. If they want to kill it with a Thrill Seeker, yeah, puts them in a really bad spot. End step, get another token. So they tap the Thrill Seeker to draw discard. They can still activate the Thrill Seeker because it isn't a tap ability. I'm going to come to the Modern this week, Jack. Should I play Blue Red Eldrazi or Sultai Crabvine? Ooh, that sounds so cool. I really wish I was going to be there. I'm house sitting for this whole month till August, and so I won't be able to go to any paper magic, sadly, unless it's on weekends. I think Blue Red Eldrazi just sounds so cool. Do we just win now? They're tapped out. I don't think we just win. Oh, we definitely don't win because we didn't play our land. God damn it. I guess it doesn't change the math at all. So this is 4/5. But yeah, Blue Red Eldrazi set just sounds really cool. I also love Crabvine. I'd say play whatever your heart desires, but I know you have so many decks that you love. I'd say Eldrazi. If it's like the Eldrazi deck I remember, it's just so good. And it's so cool. It's cool as fuck. All right, good game, opponent. Well played. Yeah, because to cast the Glacial Dragon and hunt from the graveyard, they need to tap a creature, which means they don't have a second blocker for the Bastronauts. And with 2 creatures, they can block one and I can pump the other. Really good game. All right, let's run it back. The grind never stops. We got to keep it going. Can't stop, addicted to the shindig. Goblins told me I'm gonna win big. Choose not the life of imitation. This goes out to you, the generation. That's the Goblin rendition. Actually, I wanted to do, because I make bad music on the side, I wanted to do something where I make a Goblin theme song. Make Weird Al Yankovic parodies, but for magic. I think that would be a lot of fun. Sand looks good. We don't really need the War Leader's Call. The hand looks good like this. Go Seer Slicer, Nemesis, Horde Master. Don't quit your day job. Never. Ugh. I like waking up, going to work, working hard, coming home, and then earning my relaxation. Nothing feels better than after a long day's work when you get to just chill. I'll play some Magic with your friends. That's why I miss paper Magic so much. It's a huge part of my life. If my aunt ever asks me to house sit again, I only said yes because of the cat. She's got a beautiful black cat. Play the Seer Slicer because the Nemesis, when it attacks, will give us a token. But yeah, no, I love working. That's one of the things that growing up on a farm taught me, was that work is part of a beautiful part of life. When I was younger, I kind of resented it, and I was mad because I never really got a weekend off. I was always working with my dad. I was always doing things, and I was like, oh, man, it must be so nice to just play video games and relax on the weekend. But my dad taught me from like before I was even 10 that you got to do what you got to do before you do what you want to do. And it's such a simple saying, and everyone's heard it, but like it's to a kid that's like super important. Um, Nemesis is an amazing blocker for this in the future. So if they don't have removal, I'd rather get the Howl Squad down now and then have them kill the Howl Squad and then be able to play a Screaming Nemesis on defense and block the World Wagon. Sure. But yeah, I love working. Ever since I was able to get my first job at a mechanic shop, first real job at Jimmy John's, like it feels good to work. Which sounds insane. I know. I sound like a crazy person, but I enjoy working. Okay, we just gain a bunch of life if we block. We'll take 3, go to 12. I think this World Wagon is never going to get through. We don't just win, but oh, we're so close to just winning. Let's get this Cranko down. Tap. This one's going to attack, this one's going to attack, this one, and this one. Keep 4 of these back. Five at the end step. And now I'm just thankful that my dad taught me all that. I respect my dad more than anybody in the world. He didn't have an easy childhood, and so he taught me a lot of the skills that I need to be successful in life. And I owe anything, if I am anything, I owe it to my dad and my mom. But as the son, I look up to my dad a lot. Kaping, kapoon, kapoon. All right, now they kill my Krenko, right? Right? Oh, baby. Okay, so let's get this Swordmaster down first. So if they kill something, we at least get a death trigger. Then we play the Warleader's Call. We're going to go to 4. But that's fine. These are all 3/3s. I'm going to tap Krenko. Now they say non-token. Sure. This one. Give me a death trigger. Draw me a card. Suplex, I think. Yeah. Deal him 9. That's awesome. Always listen to your parents. They are filled with great advice. My dad taught me a ton, and I'm passing that to my kids. Exactly. Well, and it's just like a free exchange of information, and all you need to do in order to be successful is to have open ears, and listen. And I think it comes with age. The older I get, the more I appreciate what my dad says, and I even write it in some of my songs. I'm like, listen to, I'm not gonna say sing it, but I write it in my songs, and it's it reminds me when I listen to the song, hey, you don't have all the answers, Jack. Sometimes we find that we know how to do certain things and we feel good about ourselves, but in reality, a lot of times we get lucky. And the times that we do things right, it's usually subconsciously because of what our parents taught us. So I agree with that sentiment 1,000%. If you're a kid, listen to your parents because they know a lot more than you. And the older I get, the more I realize that I'm the same man that my dad is. Not in decisions or life experience, but I am the same body that my father is because he made me. And it's really important to heed the advice of the ancients, as I like to say. Not in a derogatory way, but imagine you had a village full of elders, but your village is just 2 elders, and it's a male and a female, and or whoever they are, right? It doesn't matter what the gender or the sex is. What matters is that there are two people who care enough about you to pour into you. And I'm just lucky to have a dad who does just that. All right. Torch, suplex, come out. Destroy evil. Obliterating bolt, come in. I mean, suplex was decent because it exiles the artifacts. Oh, screaming nemesis all the way. Maybe I don't need all the destroy evils. Destroy evil actually is probably pretty bad. Let's just play obliterating bolt instead. Run it back like that. Yeah, I like my dad. I guess he just... Yeah. It's cycles, you know? And it's up to us to make sure that the cycles we're perpetuating are positive and not negative. And my dad did a great job with that. He had a really tough childhood, and he chose to, when he raised me, to do a great job. Hey, no worries. Thank you so much for dropping in. I hope the rest of the shift flies and you get to go to bed soon. Absolute legend. Thank you so much for popping in. Yeah, this sounds great. Let's do it again. Okay. Mountain Stadium Headliner, because it's removal. Mm-hmm. Vantage is amazing. Yeah, let's just slam a Lord. Attack for 3. We could kill the Llanowar Elves here, but I think that getting the Lord down is really good. Because we can go War Leader's Call the following turn, and then we'll start swinging for 4/4 1/1s. Our 1/1s are then 4/4s. Oh. I get a death trigger. Ooh, it's such a good death trigger. Sentinel's fine. Sentinel's fine because we have the Screaming Nemesis. We really just don't care anymore. Play Seer Slicer, play Bastronaut. We're going to go to second speed by running it into the Sentinel. But we can kill the Sentinel next turn. But that means we have to sack the Stadium Headliner, which means we'll probably need a 4th land to do that. Is 1 speed worth losing our Stadium Headliner? Probably not. It's especially bad if we run into removal. Sure. Oh. Oh. No death triggers. They get to grab another land. Now we get to go Screaming Nemesis. No attacks. Screaming Nemesis on blocking duty against a World Wagon is pretty hot. Annex is fine. Map onto the Sentinel. Top card is something good? No. I mean, I'll trade 1,000%. I think we just slam a Screaming Nemesis and start attacking. Sure. Rocker Show's pretty good. It's a free way to crew the World Wagon. Another World Wagon, okay. These world wagons are going to be pretty big. They might have 2 lethal attackers next turn because these are both going to be 9s. So in that case, I want to get this Lord down. I want to get this Bastronaut down. There's insurance against that. No attacks. Shoulder's fine. No attacks. Map onto the Shieldred. Scavenger region is so good here. They can do X's 3. So I go to 5. I think we were pretty dead no matter how we played this, but I definitely feel like I messed this up. No attacks. I mean, we're going to die to the dragon spell. The issue is if we didn't attack, if we didn't hold back the Screaming Nemesis, we would have just died already. I guess they didn't have a lot of removal besides the miasma, so we could have just prioritized getting this Krenko down, then we could have had the Lords in play. We would have had a board by now, so we would have been fine. Good game, opponent. Well played. Yeah, now they just pass the turn. Okay, so I think we definitely misplayed. Should have gotten the Krenko down early, which is honestly how it is most of the time. Most of the time, you just want to get Krenko into play as early as possible. Because if you untap with him, it just does so much for you. And they had already played one sweeper, so. No blocks. Good game, opponent. Well played. Alright, let's see if we can do a little bit better next time. I think the way we boarded was okay. Boarding bolt's really good against the Sentinel of the Nameless City, because that card's just so good against us. Hey, what's up? Appreciate you so much for being here, Texas. I hope you have a beautiful night. Of course. Hey, I'm gonna, I stream 10 o'clock p.m. CST every single day. So if you ever want to see some magic, you can always drop in. It means the world to me. Yeah, what I was gonna say, Trucker, it really means the world to me. Yeah, it's always nice to have a friend, and I'll be here. So I hope you get some good sleep. I hope you get some good sleep, and I like to say go crazy. So I hope you get to enjoy yourself and go crazy. Not in a bad way, but have some fun. Yeah, this hand's great. This hand's literally great. Sorry I called you Texas. Yeah, of course. I think Terrieth is my buddy Texas. So my brain was like, was off. Okay, play Bastronaut. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at standard for y'all. I wanna punt less. I wanna win more games. Trying to prep for Pro Tour Lorwyn. It's coming up eventually. All right, attack. Do they have cut down? No. Let's play this mountain and this Seer Slicer. Choking miasma is a thing, but I mean, they could also not have it. Can't block, that's fine. Goblin, Howl Squad. Everything. They go to 14. Make an extra dude. If I have a Lord, they just die next turn. Another Howl Squad. Combat 6. Pass it over. Annex. They're going to go to 10. They get an elf. That's the only thing they can block on their side. Battlefield Forge. If we take out the elf, and then we play a headliner. This is 10, I believe. 6, 8, 10. Good game. Well played, opponent. Well played. Okay. I see you. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I could probably do one more. Let's see how long we've been streaming. My brain's kind of fried. I'm getting good at this. We're hitting the 1 hour mark, and my brain is like, go to bed. But we can do one more. Or maybe to unwind, we do some Brawl. Let's do a little bit of Brawl. Adventures of General Kriat must continue. Let's just decompress with a little bit of Brawl. I know there's a lot of Commander players, a lot of EDH players that I love Goblins. I like to share the love. So yeah, so overall, that standard deck felt really good. I think we went undefeated. I'll have to look back and watch later, but I don't think we dropped a match. Actually, no, that's not true. I think we lost one. Now that I think about it. This hand's amazing. Playing against Atraxa, so we're going to be playing against Ramp. That means this Ruin Blaster is going to do the Lord's work. Okay, so turn 2, we play the Crater Maker. I guess we could have played the Battlecry. Battlecry on 2, Create on 3, double pump on 4. Seems decent. Here, though, I think I'd rather go play General Create. Let it resolve, please. Please, let it resolve. Please. Let it resolve. Do not kill this thing. It is so good for me. I swear you will not die. Nothing bad'll happen. Please don't board wipe. That's fine. To be expected. Yes. I would like to do this thing. Spar's headquarters hits all of their land types. So let's kick this. Hit this land. Swing it in, put them to 17. Oh, it's 4 mana Atraxa. It's not 7 mana Atraxa. Very different card, I was thinking that it was the other one. Yeah, let's just get General Kriat down. It's got lifelink. I bet it also has vigilance. It does. We don't want them to gain 8 life, so let's not attack. They can gain 4, that's fine. 4 is a manageable life total. Power 4 greater? Hell yeah. That does nothing. Battlecry. Stadium headliner. Next to combat attacks with both. At your face. Attack trigger. Attack. Damage. Sack. Deal 40 or legend. Oh yeah, the Wanderer. Yeah. The Wanderer. I will take this action. That makes sense. We could have just pumped the battle cry, but that's fine. We gotta learn eventually. I was like, this Wanderer does nothing. As they laugh at me. I mean, I'll sack the Ruin Blaster. That makes sense. Okay. Let's do this again. Sure. No attacks. All right, we punted pretty hard. That's the way the game goes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you punt and you deserve to lose. I learn best from my failures. My friends will tell you that I do not because I lose a lot. Let's not do anything because this static stops all that. I could have just pushed a bunch of damage, like used Battlecried Goblin to pump up my stuff really big so that their attacks would have to trade. Then not attacked with the Battlecry Goblin. So there's definitely like scenarios where I could have like played around this. I just like was very silly. Opponent was right to emote hello twice. Okay. No attacks. Play the Creat. Pass it over. It's pretty good. They're doing all the cool things. And I'm happy for them. Yeah, so if I use the mana that I spent on playing and cracking the Stadium Headliner, I could have double buffed my team and then attacked with only the creatures that would have traded with Atraxa. Skirk. Sack both of them for mana. Hard cast General Create again. Counter this. I dare you. Please. Do it. See? That's good. I'll put it in my command zone. Oh, that's so cool. I love Elspeth Conquers Death. It's just such a cool design. Okay. Cast 2 instant or sorceries. Kill me with Professor Onyx. Time Warp's pretty good. They don't want to kill me with combat damage, which is fine. I respect it. They're playing their Super Friends deck. They deserve to do all the craziness. GG's opponent. All right. We have to redeem ourselves. Let's run it back. And that was a great hand, too. I punted pretty bad. And that's how it goes. You can have a great hand and lose. Or you can have a bad hand and play well and win. It's the beauty of Magic. Nothing's guaranteed. Even if you do everything right, you still could get your ass kicked. I think that's kind of beautiful. This hand looks hot. Skoa is the only card in this hand that's kind of like what, but I don't mind it. I mean, milling 2 lands is kind of what they want. We'll get General Kriat down. They're going to kill General Kriat. I mean, white of the Reliquary is really good. So I can play this 3/3 with haste, go to combat, attack with a 3/3, make a 1/1. They can eat and trade. And now the white is bigger, but at least the white can't sack a creature to search your library for a land. They're playing old school City. See? This is kind of sweet. 4 mana 3/3. When it enters, it attacks, mill 3. Whenever one or more creature cards are put in your graveyard from your library, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. It's not that many, but it's still pretty decent. Death Bonnet Spout. If you begin upkeep, mill your card. There's 3 more creature cards in your graveyard. Transform it. Begin upkeep, you may exile a card from your graveyard. If a creature cards this way, put 1 more card on this creature. Yeah, that's kind of cool. No blocks. We're racing the white. Make something unblockable. Make a dude. Then we play another dude. Next turn, if we hit a land, we can go Raid Bombardment Chainsaw. I don't really want to attack. My Impact Tremors is doing its work right now. It's the Death Bonnet Hulk. Run away. It's too big. It's a scary little fungus. It's a fungus horror. Look, it grew teeth. It went from a 1/1 Thalit on the floor of the jungle to a gigantic 3/3 that walks around and eats things. Look, this fungus is as big as their legend. That's kind of insane. Excuse me. Well, this 1/1 is looking a lot better as a chump block fodder. Okay. We didn't draw land, but we did draw the chainsaw. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill their thing that allows them to mill over and over again. They sack it to the white, and that's fine. And then I have an interesting choice. I can play Bombardment, or I can activate Underfoot Underdogs to give something unblockable. Get an extra Goblin into play, but I think I can make the general create unblockable and still have this back to chump the white. That loses to removal. I mean, but I get more bodies into play. So this chainsaw is going to get huge, and we can do something really cool where we put, use this to make the general create unblockable, and then we equip it with chainsaw to swing in for lethal. But we have to get there first. World Shaper's pretty good. Sure. Gorehound bins a land. We're going to chump the 9/9. Another rev counter. Krenko's the hottest thing in the world. I mean, we get Krenko down and we just try not to die next turn. No attacks, pass it over. Opponent, let's see how much damage you can do. That's a lot. Field of the Dead. And what's crazy is we had an opportunity to kill this White of the Reliquary with the chainsaw on turn 2. Or 3. I think it was 3. But instead we chose to play General Create. And now we're in a really bad shape, really bad spot, because not only does it allow them to tutor out the best utility lands they want every turn, it also is just a 10/10. It's pretty good. All right, let's read. Gossip's Talent says, whenever a creature you control enters Surveil, whenever you attack, attacking creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, may exile it and return to the battlefield under its owner's control. Sure. So just the first mode is what they're probably going to use. What's crazy is I still feel like we might win this game. Not anymore. Oh no, Wonder's not in play. I mean, Wonder's not in the graveyard. Wonder needs to be in their graveyard for them to win. Okay, so they're tapped out. I don't think I see any tricks. Krenko's going to block this. That's still 17. Mill 3. Surveil. Bin's a land, trigger. Bin's an artifact, trigger. Bin's a creature, trigger. It's just good synergy. Gossip's talent really goes crazy with CDC. Yeah. I don't think that does it. I mean, we can definitely play Patch like Mons. Make 3 blockers, have 6 blockers versus attack with 1. Make 4 blockers, still have 6 blockers. Then I lose my general create. I think it's better just to do this. No attacks. So I can't block anything in the air, so I feel like it's going to be an instant 7, or I'm at 13. They have 18 in power and 2 2s. If I block 3 of those, then that's 12. And then I block the 2 other creatures that I have to block. I think I still die because of the rest of the dorks. But we're going to do our best. So this one goes in this one. This one goes in this one. General Create goes in a 3/3, right? No. This one goes in this one. General Create goes in a 2/2. Pashlik Mons goes in a 2/2. This is 14, 15 exactly. 17 if you include the flyer, which we are. Good game, opponent. Well played. I'm going to rage on my Pashlik Mons. But I still die. Yeah, it was close. That was really close. Being stuck on 4 lands was kind of tough, but our opponent also got to do their cool thing, so I'm happy for them. Thank you so much for watching, Tim. It means the world to me. I hope you have a beautiful night, bro. Sorry I won't be there on Thursday, but hey, you got to tell me how it goes, okay? I love watching you brew. You're one of my favorite deck builders, bro. Tim, the member, always has spicy brews whenever he comes to Modern at Boar's Head, and it always makes me super happy to see him. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy Goblins content, if you enjoy listening to me ramble, hit like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more to support the channel, $1 a month gets your name read out on every stream. Till next time, I hope you have a beautiful night. Thank you so much for watching. We stream every day, 10 o'clock p.m. CST. Till next time, I hope you have a beautiful night.